Well, I would say it looks great, but it doesn't.
Yeah.
All right, so a year and a half ago, I bought a 1973 Porsche 911 Targa. It's a 911T, and the color's Viper Green. So the color and just the setup, it just really stood out to me. It's actually an MFI car, and I have the original matching engine. So yeah, it was just a car that nobody was really interested in, and I jumped on it. So I trailered it from Dallas, Texas here to Southern California. So when I bought the car, I was considering just using it as it was, you know, a vintage race car. The car had been used as a vintage racer for somewhere around 25 years, not really sure. So my thought was, hey, this is a cheap way to get into, you know, vintage like club racing. But after some time, you know, I've done a few track days. I did get to drive the Targa one time at Button Willow, and it was awesome. But yeah, after some time spent, you know, going to the track, I've come to realize that I'm not really a track guy. I love it, but it takes a lot of time, it's expensive, and I just kind of decided it's not for me. You know, I'd like to go to the track every once in a while, but I would rather have, you know, a car that I can use all around. And even though I've got a few cars, I think each one of them that I own, I would like to do the same thing. Be able to drive local canyons, take road trips, and then, you know, go to the track if I choose to. So I bought this thing thinking, I'm the freaking man. I am going to learn a little bit more about welding, sheet metal, and I'm going to use this as an opportunity to build a really bitchin' car and get some experience and just have fun. That all went sideways after I cut the roll cage out of the car, which took me an enormous amount of time. So I just removed my first plate. The previous owner and Zad said, not practical to bring back from a race car to a road car. He's probably laughing his butt off if he ever sees these videos, because I've just found that this was a plate welded on top of another plate. Ha ha ha! This dumb SOB doesn't realize there's a plate welded with another plate. And then we welded one more plate. This guy's gonna be grinding down plates for 20 years. What an idiot. And I took some rough measurements of some parts on the car and realized that sucker was a little crooked. Previous owner had pulled the car straight after it had been hit, which I knew about all of that. And the car tracked down the road really nice, but guess what? A car can track down the road nicely, even though it's crooked. And so I just decided this is way too much of a project for me. I decided to have a professional shop do this project. Now, I had a nightmare of an experience with a body shop called Espo Resto. I'm gonna explain this in another video. I've shared it on my Instagram in the past. I don't know if that video is still up, but I'm mgideon_ on Instagram. Anyway, yeah, Espo Resto sucks. That's Netflix freaking worthy, man. They're like Tinder swindler type of criminality. They actually did a pretty damn good job though on the paint on this car, and I did get lucky, and I'll explain all of that in more detail, but they did this car. So, say all that to say, very nervous about having to take the car to another body shop and have to go through the whole paint and body purgatory. Most of you guys that are into cars have either heard or experienced some shady body shop doing something crazy. So I ended up becoming friends with Alex and Joel from Perfect Lines. I talked to Alex actually just about the thing, and then we developed a bit of a friendship. And now actually I consider him a really good friend, and Joel. I really appreciate these guys. They let me disassemble the car to help me out a little bit when I first brought the project to them. And they've just been great, you know. So I'm going to show you guys some clips that I took in the last several months of the car getting worked on. And I want to explain something. There goes my neighbor on his dirt bike. He's having fun. Basically, you know, this car is on the back burner. So I've got the 912, I've got this Lotus, I've just got a lot of stuff going on. So this project is not at the top of my list. Joel and Alex are aware of that. And so we're, you know, just on the same page about the fact that, you know, this thing, we're not in a hurry. They're not in a hurry working on it. They did a lot of work to it, and there's still some work to do. In fact, the main bit has already been done. So they put the thing on the Celette bench, they cut out and have already replaced, and I'll show you guys here in a few minutes. You'll kind of just see a few random clips. Alright, these clips from Perfect Lines are a little bit random, and I'll explain a little more in this video, but here we go. I'll see you there.
I have pictures of everything. This way, that side, this one. Yeah. Even this one I just pulled out. I took out this crease right there.
The jig is set up as it should be.
Yeah.
And you thought you were going to have to cut more like right here, but you had to go back farther because when you looked inside.
Yeah, you had crinkles and it just traveled all the way through here.
Yeah.
And you can't, and I had to pull here, just this way. Not to mention, pull here, everything was back.
Yeah.
Moved back.
Right.
So I had to open this up, move this. There was, right here at the bottom, all this was up. So I had to pound, you could see the pound marks that I was pounding when I stretched it. That was up. So I was hitting it down as it was under tension, pulling it forward.
Okay.
So it would stay.
Okay.
And not just release back.
And then what were you telling me about? You had to kind of, to get this one to line up, you had to kind of go, well, you had to make a hook up here.
I made a hook on the inside because as I was pulling it forward, this again was in. So as it's coming forward, it made it sideways.
Oh, okay.
So I had to bend the top, pull this and this so that it would pull it and make it straight.
Got it. Okay.
Because otherwise it would be bent.
And here's my new piece, right?
Yeah, that's the new piece, and I'm prepping it right now to get it to fit. You know, there's places that you have to clean from the inside and drill.
Yeah.
You know, because I can't get it obviously from the inside.
Okay.
You know, that one, this one here. I have to do those from the outside, so I got to make a line, drill it, and put it. These I can do from out here. He likes me to do it from the outside.
Yeah.
But it's a little bit easier to do it from the inside. Just drill it and match it up.
Okay, got it. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, and like I said, I wanted to keep this piece on here because yours was bad, so I decided it makes it a bit harder to weld right here.
Yeah.
But it's still plenty strong because you have all these pieces holding it. So that's what gives it the strength. We were thinking at first maybe put a doubler. Doesn't require it.
Okay.
Because you got so much. And like I said, I'll even rebuild this. I'll put a little piece here. Probably make it up to here, weld it, and then when it makes it be strong.
Okay. Very cool.
Yeah. Just.
Damn, man. Well, I would say it looks great, but it doesn't.
Yeah.
No. Well,
major
what?
Surgery, man. That's major surgery.
What looks? No, I'm joking. What looks great is the fact that it's totally square on the jigs.
Yeah. And that's what I had. I had the other jig on. I already put that piece on. I wanted to make sure that this one was good. And then I already measured it to where it is on there.
You put the front suspension pan piece on?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I also, I put these points, these are lined up.
Yeah.
So I'm doing the same with the other one, so it's the right spot.
Yeah.
It sets me up at the right spot.
Okay.
And then I'll put the other jigs, make sure everything's square this way. All the pieces will be screwed together and just have little light tacks.
Yeah.
And I'll have to put the fenders on then it gets welded.
Okay, cool.
Then it gets welded.
And you were doing the doors. You had the doors on when you were pulling it.
Yeah, just to make sure that this wasn't being bent out of whack.
Okay.
So when the door is in there, you can measure the gap. You're going to be pulling and the car's going to flex.
Yeah.
But you want it to make sure that it comes back and doesn't stay that way, because then you're bending the whole post.
Okay. Imagine trying to do this work in your garage without a Celette bench, just with like making your own tools. Whoa. This is the bottom of the car. You can pull it straight this way, but then you have to worry about the doors and the lids and the glass and the Targa top. It's an art form to get near 3.5 millimeter gaps on all of the panels and get the top to fit right. I mean, they all leak, but it should fit pretty well, right? Okay.
So you don't want that. That's how I was measuring here and here.
Okay.
Make sure that the gaps were the same when it came back.
Yeah.
I had it held, but I had the door in place just to make sure, because it would show me if I made this move forward.
Okay. Makes sense.
Oh yeah. I mean,
major surgery. If you enjoyed these videos and you want to see this channel continue, please take a second and share this video with a friend who's interested in some of these cars and the content that I create. if this doesn't start to grow exponentially, which is not your problem, it's mine, it's gonna have to stop.
And what's the front piece right here called? This is the, I forget what that's.
It's just the door latch. It's just the front.
The hood latch.
Yeah, hood latch panel.
Okay.
And yeah, it's all right here. I mean, you'll see it in the next like a couple days from now. Yeah, I'll have all this pretty much in.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's mine. That's this one right here.
Oh, cool.
That's that one. This is the lateral support.
Okay.
That is this side right here. That's the front one. This is the lateral support that comes here.
Yeah.
And then we have another front tank support that we're waiting on.
Very cool. And then this is the front suspension pan.
Yeah, it's the lower pan.
So crazy. This thing is just.
So crazy. I had to pull it from here because again it was bent there, so to pull it out to make it curve this way.
Yeah.
Because this was it was way over here. I didn't know until I put this piece on.
Wow.
So yeah.
Insane.
That piece of metal too. Actually, I'm going to take that off. I don't like the way it looks.
Which one? This
Yeah,
here?
I'll put a piece of metal and re-drill it and put that
Okay.
in there.
Okay.
But yeah.
So, yeah.
And this is rough.
They start by just screwing it all in first.
Oh,
Yeah.
And then cutting everything to make it fit so that it doesn't pull it all weird.
Okay.
So you got to mod everything. Everything has to be modded
Yeah.
so that it fits, and then it fits in the jigs. Now you see the jigs are fine. It's got 3. This one's a little bit. I'll pull that one. That one's off a little bit.
Okay.
But after it's welded, I'll move it out and make it in the perfect spot and it'll stay.
Okay. Cool.
It's so slight.
Yeah. Oh, it looks sharp.
Yeah. No, it's going to be good.
Can I close this? Is that fine?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's already got that.
Yeah.
Working on the gaps before he starts welding everything. That's pretty bitchin', man. Wow. Wow. This is dude. Even if the bummer about the doors is like, I don't hate the paint. You know what I mean? It's not that bad. Like I could live with it and drive it.
Yeah, you could drive it.
So here's my new door skin.
Place. You can leave it here and we'll take care of it together.
You need a
911 long hood. Because sometimes sometimes it's making.
Wait, oh, you mean, okay. I guess we stayed in the RV and man.
It's really nice because we can do. It's going to Mama. It's not exactly I think you passed Mama a little bit. You can take it. First time to serve, you have to serve. It's a lot of places, and you can ride your cycle there. They try 20 minutes.
But we need the door to keep moving forward in the section right here. So,
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the only thing we need right now to finish this. Cool.
Yeah.
Gonna be the next big thing on the car will be to weld in the structural hoop. There's a little bit of rust in a couple of areas where the hoop attaches to the lower section, and so they're gonna fix that. All of the areas that I cut out for the cage, they're gonna weld in. They'll patch those. They'll patch the panels. That rear shelf will be patched up. I am really excited about the car. I can't wait to drive it. I've been on the fence about whether I'm gonna have the car painted, because now would be the time since it's fully apart and everything. But to be honest, I think I'm gonna leave the car as is and paint the doors. Now, to kind of give a little context to what you guys just saw, I replaced both doors because when this car was used as a racer, they welded the window channels shut in order to make it like a true roadster. And so rather than taking the time to have Alex and Joel cut and fix those doors so that they could take windows, I just decided to just replace the doors. And so those aren't going to be green. So, you know, maybe I'll have a friend just shoot the doors. I've got a couple of buddies that paint, so maybe I'll just have someone shoot the doors and shoot a few of the spots to match and just go, look, you know, this is going to be a car that I can drive and enjoy and truly not have to worry about some newly fresh painted car. The car is straight. It's already off the bench. They pulled it straight. You saw all the work that Joel did to it. So now I've got a really straight and square Targa. Motors are rebuilt, fresh engine, just ready to go, and yeah, the thing's going to be awesome. I'm going to change the suspension and make it a little bit more suitable for like a road car. It's kind of, you know, it had stiff torsion bars. I'll talk about all that stuff later, but that's it, man. I'm excited. I think the car is going to be so fun. I think it's going to be an absolute ball. So I'll keep you guys, you know, up to date as it goes, but for right now, it's probably going to be a little while. Thanks a lot for watching this video. I appreciate you guys again, and I will see you next week.